What's up guys, and welcome to my channel Flame with a 4. In this video we are going to be doing the magnet mod. When I say the magnet mod, I don't say that it's a mod that's a necessity. I say that it's a mod that I am doing to help with strip down, because we might be taking this vehicle apart quite a few times. I've just modified it in a way that's going to be easier for you to take it apart and build it back together with a few simple things. You aren't going to be able to see much of it from this distance, but I just wanted to show you that obviously it's still complete. And then we're going to do the magnet mod, showing you what I've used with magnets, and then also we're going to begin the strip down as well. So I just want to show you just a quick brief of what I've got at the moment. So what I've done is just taken a normal cardboard box, and I have stuck tape on it. The tape that I've put on there is backwards to make it sticky, because when I take pieces off it, I will be sticking it onto this to know where they go for the stuff that is magnetized. So just so you can have a quick look, I have labeled it there. So we've got the front, the back, passenger side, and we have also got the driver's side. So that is just that there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you in closer so you guys can just take a look at it. We're going to strip it down close. You won't see me doing it myself. You just see my hands where we're going to be taking them apart. And then we're going to be showing you how we've done the magnet mod. And if you want to do it yourself, then you can go ahead and do that. And we're going to show you sizes and stuff that we used when we did the magnet mod ourselves. Okay, so come on and have a look. Okay guys, so I'm going to try and show you as much as physically possible with it being like this. So the first thing that we did was the wing mirrors. So I'm just going to show you here now. So to take the wing mirrors off, they just literally pull off like that. And the way we did that was using a 6mm drill piece, and we just put these magnets in there as well. So these magnets are 1mm by 5mm. Like I say, we use a 6mm drill piece very, very slowly. We have footage obviously showing you how that's done, and just slightly drilling into this just to make a recess, but keeping the tab there, the tab hole there, and the tab on the wing mirrors. One of the big concerns on the I can't see where this has got to go because on this side, the biggest mistake on this was people turning this on its side, the wing mirrors breaking off. The wing mirrors are really fragile. To do the wing mirrors, you do have to take the door card off, perhaps the door itself, and get to it from the inside to get to the screw. So doing it this way is just a quick way of doing it so that you don't have to worry about them. Okay, so look, if you look here, they fall off. So if you push on it or anything like that, the wing mirror will fall off and that won't break. So it's absolutely fine. The problem was where we were putting it on the side and stuff like that, it was breaking off, and that wasn't what we wanted. So just quickly put them back on. They don't fall off when the door goes up and down. Even if you drop the door, they stay on. They only fall off if you literally physically push them off. So that is one of the things that we did. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just show you how that's done, and then we're going to take them off. So that's one of the things we've done.
For this bit to work, you will need to use a battery powered drill. The battery powered drill needs to be on a really low setting, as low as you can get it. Just showing you here, this is the 1mm by 5mm magnet, and what I've done already is pre-drilled the hole. So you can do this while the car is like this stationary. I would recommend masking up the area when you are drilling so you don't slip. But what I'm doing here is just showing you how we did it. So obviously use a metal drill piece, just drill in really slowly, taking out a little bit at a time using the 6mm drill piece, just like you can see here. And then what you need to do is just drill enough and then keep trying the magnet in until the magnet is flush to the door. So if you want to take your doors off and do this, you can. If you haven't already got to this stage and you want to do this mod, then I suggest doing it now. The next thing we need to do is just take some super glue. So the best way to do it is to just attach it to the magnet itself, as you can see here, while holding it, and then you will just need to put it into place. But remember guys, it doesn't matter what way round you have the magnet at this stage, but it will matter when you come to doing it on the opposite side when you're attaching it, because you don't want it to repel. You want to make sure that the magnet is very magnetized to each other. So as you can see here, I'm giving you real-time footage to show you it's a little bit fiddly to do, but once you have done it, the result of this is really, really good, and it just saves you breaking all those ring mirrors off and having to glue them in place. You could just, if you're not going to take your car apart, you don't need to do this. This is just for people that will be. So when you're happy with it and it's flush enough, you just want to get a nice bit of masking tape. Don't get the rubbish stuff, get some good stuff, because you want to make sure it holds it in there. Then all you need to do now is just wait for that to dry. So I would give it 24 hours just to make sure, if you're not in a rush to do this. So once that's all done, the next thing you will need to do is you just need to try the wing mirror in place. So first of all, what we're going to do is just show you just a bit of footage of drilling it. I mean, this is obviously a bit of a dangerous way of doing it because you could slip, but the drill is on really, really low setting, and it's fine. You can put this in a vise or something like that, but you do risk breaking it. But you know, this drill is on such a low setting that it won't harm anyone really. So what we need to do is just drill out that corner section on the wing mirror itself. So the bit where you would put the screw through, you just need to drill it really flush, really slow setting. I've obviously fast forwarded this up until you are happy with it. Once you've done that, you will need to just, as you see here, just pierce that hole just so you can try the wing mirror on. You want to just keep trying it off and on as much as possible, just so that you know that it still fits and it's all nice and flush. So once you're happy with it, and you have it in the area that you need it, and you have it low enough, you want to just make sure that that magnet is flush to those two side pieces there. So as you can see, them little raised bits there, and the magnet isn't sitting at an angle, it's sitting really flush. And then you want to make sure you magnetize it onto the bit it's going to go onto, so you know what way round the magnet has to go. I took a little bit of solder wire here. This is just a great way to put the glue in. This is just some normal glue. You can use the glue pen, which is a lot easier, but for me, I found it easier to just use a little bit of soldering wire and just to put the glue in to get it into all the gaps that I want it to be in. Once you're happy with the amount of glue that you have in there, which as you can see, I'm being quite generous with the glue because you want to make sure you feel the crevice and all the way around. What I did do on this, once the magnet was put into place, as you can see what we're going to do here, we're going to take the magnet off, make sure that the back end of it goes into the wing mirror itself, so the back piece sits in there. It should sit nice and flush. You want to make sure it's not an angle, like I said. Once it's all flush in there like that, then you can either tape it together or just wait for it to dry. So you can just stand it up somewhere. You just want to make sure it doesn't move while it's in the drying process. If you're not too sure on this, do put a little bit more super glue around the edge to make sure the magnet doesn't move. But you know what, the super glue is usually pretty strong just to hold those two in place. But as you can see, it's really effective and it looks great, and you can just take them off and on whenever you're working on the build. So if you had to transport this, you won't have to run the risk of it leaning against anything and the wing mirrors breaking off. As you can tell, they are really flush and they just look exactly how they do when they are screwed to the door itself. So you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, to be fair, and it just looks really good, really effective. And when the door slams shut, it still doesn't fall off, it just stays on there really well. And as you can see here, it's got a really strong hold. So if you want to know where to get the magnets from, remember, check the description so you can see where to get those, and there will be a link there for you to go and purchase them for yourself. You don't have to get them from my link, you can find them cheaper. They're usually about £2, so they're not expensive to get them at all.
Okay, now that we're back and we have done the wing mirror, we're taking the wing mirrors off. What we need to do now is we're just going to show you the side seal, and we also have footage of that as well. So we're just going to lift that up. We're just going to put the little blocker in the top here, like so, to keep the door up. And then these door seals, which reveal some of the screws here, just come out really easy there. So there you go. And if you want to pop them back in, they just sit in there and they click into place. Really easy to do. We have got footage to show you how that's done. So that's the next thing we're going to be removing and showing you how to do. We're going to do that now. So have a quick look at that video, guys, and then we're going to move on to stripping down the next section.
Moving on to the side seal, guys, what you will find is that they are just stuck in by the very thinnest amount of double-sided tape. So the way to do this is just to take it off. Like I say, it isn't really stuck on with a great deal of tape and it's quite easy to remove, but the sticky stuff starts to you know, lose its stickiness once you keep taking it off and on. So the best thing to do is just get the edge and just peel it. Use your thumb to push it all the way down until you have all the sticky stuff off. So you just want to push it down until it all gathers into one, and just take it off and have a clean slate just like that. You can try it on just to make sure that it hasn't bent or anything with you doing that, which it's usually pretty good. And as you can see here, a couple of quid will get you about 25 magnets. So they're really not expensive. They're like 5mm by 1mm and they're quite strong and they work really well. So when you've got them out of the packaging, they will all stick together. So you just want to just grab 2 of them. And the way to find out what way they are going to go on is to just let them fall onto the top of the screws, which are sitting just inside that seal there. So you just want to get them in, put them nice and flush, get them really level. And once you're happy with it, then you will just need to move on to the super glue. So I use the pen super glue here, just so much easier. I'm a bit shaky trying to do it just because I'm trying to record it at the same time as showing you. But as you can see here, just put a nice dollop just on the top there. So this is the gel super glue that I'm using, and it's the pen version, which allows it not to spill out and go all over the car, which is really not what you want it to do. Right, so once you're happy and you feel like you've got enough on there, all you need to do is go grab the side seal. Once you have the side seal, you just need to make sure it's round the right way. So you want to make sure the M is facing towards you and it's not round the other way so it looks like a W. So there you go. So once you've done that, just push it into place. Once you're happy with the positioning, just take a bit of masking tape and just hold it down just so it sticks really well. You don't need to go crazy with the tape, you just need to put a little bit on top, lay it down, make sure it's still level, and then when you're happy, just push the edges in just to keep it there while it dries. Again, you can wait 24 hours for this to dry, or a few hours will be absolutely fine. I think we waited about 2 hours for this just to make sure that it was nice and set, and then we just took the tape off. As you can see here, the tape is now removed, and you should be able to take the side seal off and on whenever you want without having to worry about the stickiness being gone after a little while and it falling off and getting lost. So there you go. So what you need to do is just lay it on and then it just clips into place just like that. Right, what we are going to do is we did the other side as well. So it's exactly the same process. I'm going to show you that the door shuts nice and flush. The door just needs a bit of adjustment on this side, which if you haven't seen already, you can go check out my adjustment video where we adjust the doors. But we're just going to move over to the other side. So we're on the passenger side. We've done exactly the same thing. I'm just going to show you that it just sticks in really well. If you want to, you can bend it to make sure that it's a lot straighter, or if it needs to go in at an angle. But they're pretty good, so they just sit in there like that. There you go, they're not moving, they're not going anywhere, they're just magnetised to the top of those screws. You just need to take that back out like that, and then you can just pop them in whenever you feel like it, and they just stick straight in just like that. There you go, guys. So we're going to now move on to the next section. That's how you do the side seal, so thanks for watching that bit.
Now that that is done, the other thing that we have done on a magnet mod, this is really not necessary, you don't have to do this, but on these pieces here, what I found is that they have to be glued in or they have to be pushed in really well, and there's a possibility that they will fall off. So these ones here, again, if we just take them off, we do have some footage to show you on that as well.
Guys, this is another really easy one to do. This magnet is a 5mm by 5mm. All you need to do is glue basically the 5mm by 5mm magnet on top of there, but you will have to widen that hole that it goes into. All you need to do is just get your 6mm drill piece and slowly wind it in where the plastic goes, where the screw is holding this onto the vehicle, and it will just open up a bit for you to do that, okay?
So what I had to do on this one, guys, was we had to drill through there with a 6mm just to make it a little bit bigger. And as you can see there, that is a 5mm by 5mm piece of magnet piece. We will have the magnets that we've used in the description, so if you want to go buy the magnets from eBay, know which ones we've used, then you can do that. And like I say, this is just magnetized. That just is on there. It is quite a big and bulky one, but it sits in there so you can take it off and on when you feel like it, and you won't lose it because it just magnetizes on really easy, just like that, and sticks on. So there you go, and then you can just take it off whenever you don't need it anymore. Now that that's complete, guys, the next thing we're going to be doing is taking this top section off here. So this is just one of the last pieces we kind of had to do on one of the builds. So we're just going to remove this top piece. So just take that out there, and then we're just going to undo that and take that off there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the screws and the piece just on top of the box, so we know that that goes with that, and we're going to keep the screws with that as well. So we're just going to stick the screws down heads up just so we don't lose them. And the other thing that we've magnetized are the top section here. So what we'll do is we'll just quickly flip it around so you can see here. So on these top panels here, if I can get my nail underneath it, we have stuck a 1mm by 5mm magnet just on the top of there. And that just slots in there as well, so we can take them in and out as easy as anything when we need to. So they just sit on the top there like that. So that's going to be another part of our strip down. We are keeping this as the passenger side and that as the driver side, so we just need to stick that down onto the passenger side. And the same with the driver side one. What we're going to do now is just take that off there and we'll stick that onto the driver side, so we know where that goes. And we shouldn't lose any of this because it is stuck down on top of the box. Right, guys, so the next bit that we did that we also have some footage on is the steering wheel as well. So we'll just lift it up this side here, and with the steering wheel you can take out the steering wheel center just like that, and that has a 5mm by 5mm magnet stuck to the back of it there. We do have a video on doing that also, so we're going to go ahead and show you how to do that as well. And I'm just going to stick that at the front just so we know where that goes, and there you go.
The steering wheel one, again for the centre, it's just another easy one. The reason I did this magnet bit on this one is because the tabs broke off and I didn't want to wait for a replacement issue, so I thought why not magnetise it on if we're going to strip the car down and be taking things out. An easy step to do. Another 5mm by 5mm works on this absolutely perfect. All you need to do is attach it to the steering wheel screw and then just put a blob of super glue on the back of it and then just push your centerpiece into place, wait for it to dry, and then as you can see here you just take out the center console from the center of the steering wheel, and then it just magnetizes back in. You just have to make sure that it's lined up, but it works really well, really effective. Doesn't cost a lot. Like I said, these magnets are really cheap and look really good.
So guys, now that that bit is complete, what I want to do is show you what you should have. So your module or your, the sticky bit should look like this. So where the pieces are going to go should be stuck on there. So we know where they're going to go when we put them back. We can go and use the magazines, which is absolutely fine. We could use the magazines if we wanted to. The thing is, doing it this way is just going to save so much time because we can just stick them on there, and then when it comes to putting them back, we just got to take them off and then magnetize into wherever they've got to go. So there you have it. Okay guys, so that was my magnet mod. There wasn't too much on this to strip down, but I just wanted to show you that this could possibly help out a few people. We will start stripping some other bits down. We've got the wipers to take off. As you know, they're really easy to do, so we'll just pop those off as well. We have got Mike Lane's wheel cap magnets as well, because the magnetized wheel caps, which are absolutely superb, that he have got. So we'll show you a video on that when we get to the strip down onto the wheels. And then we have got Chloe Powell's EL wire to do on this also. And like I said, we're doing a strip down of the whole unit, so we will show you before and after on the wires, just so you can see the glow from the normal wire where the LED is pushing it through the clear tube, and we're going to compare it to Chloe Powell's EL wire mod, which she has, which also includes the back reactor base plate as well. So we're going to be doing that. Guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video, which is going to be stripped down. So see you real soon. Take care now. Bye bye.